Okay guys, I've got 3 examples to go through on compound interest. This one hopefully you'll understand, but please keep on watching the video because the second and then especially the third one may need you looking over it. So, compound interest, we want to find the area. So not compound interest, compound shapes. We want to find the area. So the area of this shape. Right. Now hopefully a lot of you will recognise it definitely isn't just 10 times 8. That would be if it was a whole rectangle. It's not. It's an L shape, which means you need to split up the shape. Now, you can either split it up that way or this way. But whatever way you choose, the numbers that you use are the most important feature of this. So let's just say that I did split it up like that. Okay? I'd label that A and that B. Right. The easiest one to get so far to work out is the area of my shape B, because that's just 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 equals 6 centimeters squared. Right, part A will be 8 times something, or 8 times something. Do not use times 10. 10 is the whole entire thing. Do not just think it's 8 times 5, because that's split in the middle. It's not split in the middle. Look at what we've got. We know that that there is 3. That length there is 3, which means that length there is also 3. Which means that the leftover would add up to 10. So that leftover must be 7. So that's going to be 7 there. So 7 times 8 would get me the area of shape A, which is 56 centimeters squared. Add them together to get 62 centimeters squared. Now I should get the exact same answer if I was to draw that shape out again. Not quite as well. Draw out again, 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 10 centimeters, 8 centimeters. But instead of going down, I go across. Label that A, label that B. Right, this time, my A and B calculations will be different, but it should end up with the same final answer. B would be 10 times 2. 10 times 2, which is 20 centimeters squared. Right. A is different this time. It wouldn't be 8 times something because we're not using the whole of that length. We're just using from here to here. Okay, so first things first, we need to work out what that length is. If the whole thing is 8 and that there is 2, that means that that there is 2. So it'll be 2 plus something, which equals 8 in total. So that part there is going to be 6. So I'm going to put 6 right here. We worked out from this one that that's 10, that's 3, so that must be 7. So to get shape A, we do 7 times 6. 7 times 6, which is 42 centimeters squared. We then add them together to get 62 centimeters squared. Same answer as that, okay? It doesn't matter if you split it across or down. As long as the numbers you choose to multiply are correct, that'll be fine, okay? Right, let's look at a second example. This is a different shape. It could be a trapezium. It is a trapezium, and you could use a trapezium rule. I want to focus on the compound shape rule where you break it up. Here, you can't have 2 rectangles. It's going to be a rectangle followed by a triangle. Okay, so I split that up like that. I label that A, I label that B. Okay, A, B. Right, looking at what the shape is, it's very important here. A, that is a rectangle. It's not going to be 5 times 12. 12 is the whole length, so therefore it can't be that. It's going to be 5 times 8 because it stops there for my rectangle. So 5 times 8. 5 times 8 is 40 centimeters squared. Right, I now need to get the area of the triangle. At this current moment, I don't have a single measurement for the triangle. I'm going to redraw it here. I do not have a single measurement for this triangle. So I need to work out what that height is to that part there. Now, you know from here, that is 5. And therefore, this also must be 5 centimeters. So that's going to be 5 centimeters, which is this. I now need to work out this missing bit, which I've put here. If the whole thing is 12, if that part is 8, that means that that part is also 8. So 12 take away 8 is 4. So that little part there is going to be 4, which is going to be here. So to work out the area of a triangle, you do base times height divided by 2. Base times height divided by 2. So 4 times 5 equals 20, divided by 2 equals 10 centimetres squared. That's the answer to 40, that's the answer to 10. Add them together, 50 centimetres squared. Final answer. Okay, last example. This time, they want us to get to the shaded area. Right, so a few steps here. Firstly, let's work out if the triangle wasn't there to begin with. Okay, let's ignore the triangle and just work on this shape they first gave us, which is a sort of house looking shape, right? Like this. So 8 centimetres. The whole thing there is 10. That's also 8. Okay, cool. Right, now to work out this, I'd split the shape up like that. I'd label this A and this shape B. Right, shape B is the easiest one to get so far. Shape B is actually a square because it will be 8 times 8. Not 8 times 10. 10's the whole thing. All I care about is 8 times 8 because that's the end of the rectangle. So 8 times 8, which is 64 centimetres squared. Right, now I look at the area of this top triangle here. Now because that's 8, you also know that that is going to be 8. So our base is 8. Now where we've got to be careful is that this triangle's height isn't 10 because 10 is the whole of the big house looking shape. You need it from the top here to here. So we need to work out what that height is there. Now what we know is that if that is 8, it means it goes up to 8 here and the whole thing is 10. So if that is 8 and that is 10, it'll be 10, take away the 8 there, which is 2. So our height here is going to be 2. So then we do base times height divided by 2. 8 times 2 equals 16. Then we divide it by 2 because it's a triangle, and that's 8 centimetres squared. And therefore to get the total area, you do 64 plus 8 to get 72 centimetres squared. Now, that is the answer for the house shape, but it wants the shaded area, and annoyingly, we've got an annoying triangle right in the middle of it. So now what you want to do is work out the area of this triangle. 3 centimetres, and it's told us that the height is 2 centimetres. So therefore, to get the area of the triangle, I do base times height divided by 2. So 3 times 2 divided by 2. 3 times 2 equals 6, and then divide that by 2 is 3 centimetres squared. So you've worked out that the area of this triangle is 3 centimetres squared. The area of the whole thing is 72 centimetres squared. So in order to work out the area of the shaded region, I simply do the whole thing, take away the triangle. So 72 centimetres squared, take away 3 centimetres squared, which is 69 centimetres squared. And that there is our answer. Okay.